Hi explorers, welcome to Explore TV. Today we are going to visit the most famous but isolated Sentinel Island in Indian Ocean and its mysterious local people. What do you think about an ancient tribe untouched by modern civilization? Who are the mysterious Sentinelese? Let's find out more about them with Explore TV. On a remote island in the Bay of Bengal lies a community frozen in time, the Sentinelese. Part of the indigenous Andamanese people, they make their home on North Sentinel Island, a lush, forested haven west of the southern tip of Great Andaman. For tens of thousands of years they have lived undisturbed, shrouded in mystery and fiercely guarding their way of life. Imagine a world where the tides bring whispers of the modern age, but they remain ignored. The Sentinelese have vigorously resisted any attempt at contact with outsiders, their arrows flying as a steadfast warning. Anthropologists believe this tribe has lived in near total isolation for an astounding 30,000 years, their traditions untouched by the march of time. Their way of life is as ancient as it is fascinating. They are Stone Age hunter-gatherers, adept at sourcing their food from the natural bounty around them. Armed with handcrafted bows and spears, they hunt the island's wildlife, fish in its surrounding waters, and gather shellfish and wild plants. Unlike most communities in the modern world, they have no farms, no crops, only a deep instinctual connection to the land and sea. Even their shelters tell a story of simplicity and adaptation. These structures, with canopy-like roofs made of leaves, lack walls or floors, offering only the essential protection needed for life in their tropical paradise. As for their population, it's a mystery. Some estimate there may be as few as 15, while others suggest as many as 500 inhabit the island. But no one knows for sure. The Sentinelese remain elusive, their lives unfolding away from prying eyes. The story of the Sentinelese isn't just one of isolation, it's a testament to resilience. They remind us of humanity's ability to thrive in harmony with nature and of the rich diversity of human existence. North Sentinel Island is their world, a place where the past isn't just remembered, it's lived every single day. They've lived in isolation for over 60,000 years. What secrets does this tribe hold? Imagine a community so untouched by time, they remain a living link to humanity's distant past. The Sentinelese tribe, residing on North Sentinel Island in the Bay of Bengal, have lived in isolation for an incredible 60,000 years. They are among the last people on Earth to maintain a completely primitive lifestyle, their ways unchanged by the modern world. Let's step into their story, a world of survival, resilience, and fierce independence. For the Sentinelese, the rhythms of life revolve around hunting and gathering. With handcrafted tools reminiscent of the Stone Age, they hunt animals, fish in the surrounding waters, and forage for fruits and plants. Unlike most other communities, agriculture has never touched their lives. They don't plant seeds, tend crops, or harvest fields. Instead, they rely on nature's bounty, as their ancestors have for millennia. Fire, a symbol of human progress, is another fascinating aspect of their lives. The Sentinelese do not know how to create fire themselves, but they have ingeniously adapted, collecting coals from lightning-struck trees and preserving them in clay pots to keep the flame alive. In this simple act lies a profound story of resourcefulness, one that bridges ancient traditions with everyday survival. Even more intriguing is their interaction with the sea. Although the Sentinelese have no knowledge of metalworking, they make clever use of what the ocean provides. Bits of metal washed ashore from shipwrecks or storms are repurposed with skill and ingenuity. Broken tools, jagged scraps, they transform these into arrows, knives, or other tools, crafting what they need from the gifts of the waves. But while their resourcefulness is impressive, their relationship with the outside world is anything but welcoming. The Sentinelese fiercely protect their isolation. Any outsider venturing too close is met with a volley of arrows, their bows aimed with deadly precision. This unyielding hostility ensures that no one dares approach their island, preserving the tribe's secrecy and safety. What drives this fierce resistance? Perhaps it's the knowledge passed down through generations that contact with the outside world could bring disease, disruption, or even extinction. Or perhaps it's simply their deep-rooted independence, a commitment to live as they always have, undisturbed and free. The Sentinelese remind us of a world long forgotten, where survival depends on nature and ingenuity, not modern comforts. They challenge our perceptions of progress and teach us the value of living in harmony with the environment. Their story isn't just about isolation, it's a testament to humanity's diversity and resilience. Why is an island in the Indian Ocean strictly off limits? The Sentinelese hold the answer. In the turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean lies a mysterious land shrouded in secrecy. North Sentinel Island, a place where time has stood still. This lush, untamed island is home to one of the world's most isolated tribes, fiercely independent and untouched by modern civilization. But it's not just the island's beauty that captivates, it's the untold stories it hides, veiled by strict laws and an enduring enigma. For centuries, the Sentinelese people have lived here in seclusion, their way of life preserved like an ancient treasure. Recognizing this uniqueness, the Indian government has taken extraordinary measures to protect them. Visitors are not just discouraged, they're forbidden. This isn't merely about isolation, it's about respect. The government honors the Sentinelese's right to live without interference, ensuring their privacy is unbroken and their traditions remain intact. But there's another side to this restriction, a darker, more dangerous one. North Sentinel Island isn't just off limits, it's potentially lethal. The Sentinelese are known to greet intruders with hostility, defending their homeland with a determination few have dared to challenge. Stories abound of uninvited visitors facing arrows before they can set foot on the island's shores. And the danger isn't one-sided. The Sentinelese lack immunity to common diseases, making any contact with the outside world a grave threat to their survival. A single handshake, a stray cough, these simple acts could spark an epidemic that their isolated immune systems cannot fight. To safeguard both the islanders and outsiders, Indian law has drawn a firm line in the sand, literally. Since 1996, it has been illegal for fishermen, tourists, researchers or civilians to approach or land on North Sentinel Island. This ban is strictly enforced, turning the island into one of the most restricted places on Earth. Yet, despite its inaccessibility, North Sentinel Island fascinates us. It stands as a reminder of a time before globalization, a world untainted by modernity. What stories lie within its dense jungles? What secrets do its people hold? We may never know, and perhaps that's how it should be. Would you dare to venture into the unknown, or do you think the Sentinelese should remain undisturbed? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. A tribe so mysterious, even stepping foot on their island could cost your life. Why do the Sentinelese reject all contact with outsiders? The answer might surprise you. In the heart of the Indian Ocean lies a mystery veiled by dense jungles and fierce determination. The Sentinelese people, one of the last untouched tribes on Earth. Their story is one of resilience, a refusal to bow to the forces of time and tide, and an unyielding commitment to their way of life. But what drives this extraordinary isolation? Long ago, the Sentinelese encountered outsiders for the first time, and what followed was not friendship but catastrophe. Colonizers brought more than curiosity, they brought disease, invisible threats that the Sentinelese had no defenses against. Illness swept through their numbers, leaving scars deeper than any visible wound. It was a lesson learned at a devastating cost. The outside world was not their savior, it was their greatest danger. From that moment, the Sentinelese chose a different path. They rejected the modern world and its promises of progress. They turned their backs on ships bearing gifts and strangers with open arms. To them, survival meant one thing: preserving their cultural heritage, a legacy passed down over thousands of years. Their traditions, their language, their way of life. It all remains untouched, woven into the fabric of an existence deeply intertwined with nature. But the challenges they face are far greater than maintaining their traditions. For the Sentinelese, even a minor illness, a common cold, a fever, could spell disaster. Their isolation, while a shield against the chaos of the outside world, also makes them vulnerable in ways modern societies have long forgotten. This fragility fuels their hostility, their arrows fired as warnings, their shores defended as if life itself depends on it, because it does. Understanding this, the Indian government has drawn an invisible boundary around North Sentinel Island, enforcing a strict ban on approaching within 5 kilometers. This isn't just about respecting the Sentinelese, it's about ensuring their survival. Their existence is a rare glimpse into humanity's distant past, a fragile treasure that the modern world must protect, not exploit. The Sentinelese stand as a testament to the strength of human will, a tribe that chose its own path and guards it fiercely. Their story isn't just about isolation, it's about the power of choice, the courage to defend a way of life, and the enduring fight to remain unbroken. Would you cross the boundary, or would you honor their wish to remain undisturbed? Their world is a question that lingers, a reminder of what we've lost and what they've kept. What would you do if you lived without modern technology? The Sentinelese show us how it's done in the shadow of modern civilization. An ancient world endures, a world where time stands still and the ways of the past remain unbroken. On North Sentinel Island, the Sentinelese people live much as they have for thousands of years, their lives a living echo of humanity's Stone Age beginnings. These enigmatic islanders possess a distinct appearance that sets them apart. With dark complexions, curly hair, and a stature averaging 140 to 150 centimeters, their physical traits resemble those of African peoples more than the inhabitants of their Indian Ocean surroundings. Their numbers are uncertain, shrouded in mystery like the island itself. While it's estimated there are about 50 individuals, whispers suggest the population could be larger, hidden deep within the island's forests. The Sentinelese thrive as hunter-gatherers, their survival dependent on the land and sea. They hunt game with precision, fish in the surrounding waters, and forage for plants and fruits. Despite lacking the ability to smelt metal, they demonstrate remarkable ingenuity. Abandoned iron from shipwrecks and washed-up debris is reshaped into tools, spearheads, knives, and implements that ensure their survival. Fire, that ancient symbol of progress, poses a challenge for them. The Sentinelese appear unable to create it themselves, yet they have mastered the art of preservation. Coals are carefully tended and kept alive, providing warmth and utility in their simple yet effective shelters. These shelters, little more than huts, are a testament to the tribe's practical ingenuity. Built with roofs made from leaves, they lack walls and floors, offering protection against the elements without excess. Life in these settlements revolves around family and survival, their tools and weaponry finely tuned to their needs. Weapons are an essential part of their existence. The Sentinelese wield bows and spears with 3 distinct tips. Sharp ones for hunting, fishing-tipped arrows for the sea, and blunt tips used as warnings to any who might approach their shores. Their knives, fashioned from scavenged metal, further reveal their resourcefulness. Their clothing is minimal, consisting solely of hip belts, a simple yet functional adornment. The Sentinelese are more than a tribe, they are a living chapter of human history, a glimpse into the resilience and ingenuity of our ancestors. In their isolation, they remind us of a time when survival was dictated by nature, when every tool was crafted by hand and every fire was a cherished resource. Their story is not just about the past, it's a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity, a reminder of what we once were and what we've left behind. What's hidden on North Sentinel Island? Here's why we may never know. In the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean lies a speck of land shrouded in mystery, North Sentinel Island. Its shores are guarded not by walls or gates, but by a people fiercely determined to keep the world out. The Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth, have made it clear. Their island is not for outsiders, but what lies hidden within its dense jungles. What secrets does this isolated world hold? For centuries, this question has intrigued explorers, anthropologists, and the curious alike. The island's unspoiled beauty and its untouched way of life are a rare window into the past, a place where the modern world has yet to intrude. Yet every attempt to uncover its mysteries has been met with resistance. The Sentinelese greet outsiders not with handshakes, but with arrows and spears, defending their home with a ferocity that has deterred even the bravest adventurers. The Indian government has honored their wishes, enforcing a strict ban on approaching the island, not just for the tribe's protection, but for ours as well. The Sentinelese lack immunity to modern diseases. Even the smallest cold could be catastrophic, but it's more than just health. It's respect for their choice to remain untouched by the outside world. So, what could be hidden on North Sentinel Island? Perhaps it's a culture frozen in time, a way of life preserved for tens of thousands of years. The tools they craft from washed-up metal, the huts they build with leaves and branches, the stories they tell, these are treasures we may never fully understand. Or maybe it's something even more profound, a reminder of humanity's roots, a glimpse of how we all once lived, long before cities and machines shaped our lives. The island's dense forests could conceal secrets we can't even imagine, unique flora and fauna, ancient rituals, or relics of a bygone era. But the truth is, we may never know. North Sentinel Island is more than a place. It's a symbol of what remains when the modern world steps back. And perhaps that's the point. The Sentinelese remind us that some mysteries aren't meant to be solved, some doors shouldn't be opened. Their island stands as a testament to the power of autonomy and the right to live life on one's own terms. So the next time you gaze at a map and see that tiny dot labeled North Sentinel Island, remember, some secrets are meant to remain hidden, and in that mystery lies their greatest power. Could the Sentinelese be the last glimpse into a prehistoric way of life? In the modern age of skyscrapers, satellites and smartphones, there exists a tiny island in the Bay of Bengal where time has seemingly paused, a place where life flows not to the rhythm of technology but to the ancient pulse of nature. On North Sentinel Island, the Sentinelese people live as their ancestors did thousands of years ago, untouched by the tides of change that have reshaped the rest of the world. Could they be the last glimpse into a prehistoric way of life? To answer that, we must journey into their world, a place shrouded in mystery and fiercely guarded from outsiders. Imagine it, dense, emerald green forests stretching across the island, concealing huts with no walls or floors, only sloping roofs of leaves to shield against the rain. There are no roads here, no farms, no tools of modern convenience. The Sentinelese survive as hunter-gatherers, roaming the land and sea for sustenance. Their spears, bows and arrows are their lifelines, finely crafted to hunt and fish with precision. They do not till the soil or grow crops. Their knowledge of fire is rudimentary, more a treasure to be preserved than a tool to be created. Their tools are fashioned from debris washed ashore, fragments of shipwrecks turned into knives, spearheads and ornaments. Every item tells a story of ingenuity and survival, untainted by modern influence. What's most astonishing, though, is the timeline. Anthropologists estimate that the Sentinelese have lived in isolation for tens of thousands of years, their traditions and way of life preserved in a bubble of time. While the rest of humanity marched into the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, and eventually the Digital Age, the Sentinelese held firm, keeping their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the natural world. They are, in many ways, a living echo of prehistory, a glimpse into how our ancestors once lived, hunted, and thrived. They embody resilience, adapting not through technological leaps, but through deep-rooted knowledge passed down through generations. Their existence raises profound questions. What have they learned about survival that we've forgotten? What stories do they tell around their unlit fires? Yet the true marvel of the Sentinelese is their steadfastness. In a world that often views progress as inevitable, they stand as a powerful reminder. Not all evolution is about technology or expansion. Sometimes it's about holding on to what matters most: identity, tradition, and harmony with the earth. Could the Sentinelese be the last glimpse into a prehistoric way of life? Perhaps, but they are also much more. They are a testament to human diversity, a symbol of endurance, and a story that connects us to our deepest roots. In their silence, they speak volumes. In their isolation, they bridge the distant past with the present. And in their determination to remain untouched, they remind us of the beauty of living simply, authentically, and in harmony with the natural world. The Sentinelese's isolation has become their most effective shield, protecting them from disease and cultural assimilation. Their unique language stands as a testament to their long history of independence. Their customs and traditions are intricately tied to their environment. The Indian government has adopted a policy of strict non-interference, making North Sentinel Island a protected area. The Indian Navy patrols the waters, ensuring no outsiders venture too close. This policy respects the Sentinelese's right to self-determination. However, climate change poses new threats to their survival. Disease could still reach them, carried by birds, insects, or ocean currents. Their story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of protecting cultural diversity. Their survival depends on our collective willingness to respect their right to exist on their own terms. The Sentinelese culture is an enigma, a tapestry woven from threads of time and isolation. Their language, a key to unlocking the secrets of their world, remains a mystery. Linguists believe it to be a language isolate, unrelated to any other known language. Its cadences hold the stories of their ancestors and the wisdom of generations. Attempts to establish communication have been met with curiosity and caution. The Sentinelese mimic sounds made by outsiders, a glimpse into their linguistic world. Yet, true understanding remains elusive, lost in cultural and linguistic separation. Their language, like their island home, remains their sanctuary. It highlights the importance of preserving linguistic diversity and cultural heritage. Their language is a powerful symbol of their resistance and cultural identity. The Sentinelese cultural practices, veiled in secrecy, offer glimpses into a world untouched by modernity. Their traditions, passed down through generations, are intertwined with their environment. Their dances, performed on the beach, blend rhythm and movement. Their rituals, involving body paint and adornments, are deeply symbolic. These ceremonies likely mark important community events. Their relationship with nature is central to their identity. They are an integral part of their island's ecosystem. Their sustainable practices show a deep understanding of nature's balance. Their tools and weapons are expressions of their cultural identity. The Sentinelese social structure, like many aspects of their culture, remains largely a mystery. Observations from a distance suggest a communal way of life, with tasks such as hunting, gathering, and child-rearing shared amongst members of the group. Their settlements, consisting of simple but sturdy huts constructed from natural materials, are typically clustered together, suggesting a close-knit community where cooperation is essential for survival. Their social hierarchy, though not fully understood, likely revolves around age, gender, and hunting prowess. Elders, with their accumulated knowledge and experience, likely hold a position of respect within the community, their wisdom guiding important decisions. Skilled hunters, responsible for providing food for their families and the community, likely hold a position of status, their abilities essential for the survival of the group. The role of women, though less visible in hunting expeditions, is likely equally vital to the community's survival. Their knowledge of edible plants, their skills in gathering and preparing food, and their role in raising children are essential for the well-being of the group. Their contributions, though often overlooked in outsider perspectives, are likely highly valued within the Sentinelese community. Their social interactions, though observed only from a distance, suggest a strong sense of community and shared purpose. They have been observed to display affection towards one another, engaging in playful interactions and sharing food. Their laughter, echoing across the water, is a testament to the universality of human emotions, a reminder that even in the most isolated corners of the world, joy and companionship are essential elements of the human experience. The spiritual beliefs of the Sentinelese remain shrouded in mystery. Glimpses into their world offer only fragmented insights into their belief system. Their rituals suggest a deep spiritual significance, reflecting a complex cosmology. Their reverence for nature suggests a belief system deeply rooted in the natural world. Rituals likely serve to honor spirits seeking their favor and appeasement. Burial practices offer clues to their beliefs about the afterlife. Graves suggest a belief in a continued existence after death. Practices passed down through generations provide a sense of continuity. Their isolation has allowed their belief system to flourish uniquely. Their beliefs stand as a testament to the enduring human need for meaning and connection. Their story challenges us to acknowledge the diversity of human experience. It reminds us that there are still worlds within our world where ancient traditions and beliefs continue to thrive. The allure of the unknown, the desire to make contact with a culture untouched by the modern world. These are understandable human impulses. Yet when it comes to the Sentinelese people of North Sentinel Island, the most compassionate and responsible course of action is clear. Resist the urge to make contact. Their isolation, though a source of fascination for outsiders, is not a void waiting to be filled, but rather a carefully constructed barrier, a shield protecting them from the potential devastation of the outside world. Their island, ringed by reefs and shrouded in dense forest, stands as a symbol of their resolute independence, their unwavering determination to live on their own terms. To disregard this, to violate their isolation in pursuit of contact would be an act of profound disrespect, a violation of their autonomy, and a betrayal of their trust. For centuries, they have made their message clear. They do not seek contact, and any attempt to force an encounter would be met with resistance. The Indian government, recognizing the unique vulnerability of the Sentinelese, has declared North Sentinel Island a protected area, off limits to all outsiders. This is not merely a bureaucratic formality, but a recognition of the Sentinelese's right to self-determination, their right to live free from the intrusions of a world that often struggles to understand or respect those who are different. To attempt to contact the Sentinelese would be to disregard not only their wishes, but also the law. The Indian authorities have made it abundantly clear that any attempt to land on the island or make contact with its inhabitants will be met with legal action. This stance, far from being an obstacle to understanding, is a testament to the commitment to protecting the Sentinelese from the potentially catastrophic consequences of unwanted contact. Beyond the legal ramifications, attempting to contact the Sentinelese carries a far greater risk, the potential introduction of diseases to which they have no immunity. Their isolation, while preserving their unique way of life, has also rendered them incredibly vulnerable to the common pathogens that the rest of the world has developed resistance to over millennia. Diseases that might cause only mild discomfort to an outsider could prove devastating to the Sentinelese, spreading like wildfire through their small population and potentially leading to their extinction. Measles, mumps, rubella, these diseases, often considered childhood illnesses in many parts of the world, could have catastrophic consequences for the Sentinelese. Their immune systems, unexposed to these pathogens, would be ill-equipped to fight back, leaving them susceptible to serious complications and even death. Even a common cold, easily transmitted through the air, could have devastating consequences for a population with no prior exposure. The history of contact between isolated tribes and the outside world is rife with examples of such tragedies. From the Amazon rainforest to the remote islands of the Pacific, countless indigenous communities have been decimated by diseases introduced through contact with outsiders. The Sentinelese, through their isolation, have so far avoided this fate, but their vulnerability remains a stark reality. To approach them, even with the best of intentions, would be to gamble with their lives. The potential for carrying a dormant virus, unknowingly transmitting a deadly pathogen, is a risk too great to take. Our desire to connect, to learn, to bridge the gap between our worlds must be tempered by the understanding that sometimes the most compassionate act is to keep our distance. The Sentinelese people, through their actions and their isolation, have made their wishes abundantly clear. They choose to live apart, to maintain their independence, to preserve their way of life free from outside influence. To disregard this, to impose our presence upon them, would be a violation of their fundamental right to self-determination, a right enshrined in international law and upheld by ethical considerations. Their culture, though largely a mystery to us, is no less valid or valuable than our own. Their traditions, their beliefs, their way of life have sustained them for centuries, allowing them to thrive in one of the world's most challenging environments. To assume that we have anything to offer them, that our way of life is superior or more desirable, would be the height of arrogance. Contact, even if initiated with peaceful intentions, inevitably brings with it the potential for exploitation and assimilation. The history of colonialism is replete with examples of indigenous cultures being decimated by the encroachment of outside influences, their traditions eroded, their languages silenced, their very identities threatened. The Sentinelese, in their isolation, stand as a powerful symbol of resistance against this tide, a testament to the enduring human spirit and the importance of cultural diversity. To respect their right to self-determination is to acknowledge their inherent dignity, to recognize their autonomy, and to celebrate the rich tapestry of human experience in all its forms. The desire to understand the Sentinelese, to unravel the mysteries of their culture, is a testament to our innate curiosity as human beings. However, true understanding cannot be achieved through forced encounters or hasty expeditions. It requires a more nuanced approach, one that prioritizes observation, respect, and a deep appreciation for the complexities of human diversity. We can learn much about the Sentinelese without ever setting foot on their island. Through careful observation from a distance using non-intrusive methods such as aerial photography and remote sensing technology, we can gain valuable insights into their way of life, their social structures, their use of resources, and their impact on the environment. Their story, though shrouded in mystery, offers valuable lessons about human adaptability, resilience, and the importance of cultural preservation. By studying their interactions with their environment, their sustainable practices, and their ability to thrive in isolation, we can gain insights that may help us address some of the pressing challenges facing our own world. The Sentinelese, in their isolation, serve as guardians not only of their island home, but also of a way of life that has all but vanished from the face of the earth. They remind us that progress does not necessitate assimilation, that diversity is a strength, and that true respect lies in allowing others to live according to their own values and traditions. Let us be their guardians at a distance, respecting their boundaries, celebrating their uniqueness, and ensuring that their story continues to be written on their own terms. The Sentinelese people represent a rare and precious link to our shared human past. Their isolation, spanning millennia, has allowed them to maintain a way of life that has vanished from almost every other corner of the globe. They offer us a unique window into the lives of our hunter-gatherer ancestors, a glimpse into a time when humans lived in intimate harmony with nature, their survival dependent on their knowledge of the land and their ability to adapt to its rhythms. Their tools crafted from natural materials, their hunting and gathering techniques, their intimate knowledge of the island's ecosystem. These are all echoes of a time long past, a time before agriculture, before cities, before the complexities of modern civilization. By studying their way of life, we can gain valuable insights into our own evolutionary journey, understanding the challenges our ancestors faced and the ingenious solutions they developed. Their isolation has also preserved a unique cultural heritage, a tapestry of traditions, beliefs and practices that has evolved independently of outside influences. Their language, their rituals, their social structures, these are all testaments to the enduring power of human creativity and adaptability, a reminder that there are countless ways of being human, each with its own intrinsic value. To lose the Sentinelese would be to lose a vital part of our shared human story. It would be to silence a voice that has spoken for millennia, to extinguish a flame that has burned since the dawn of our species. Their continued existence, in all its mystery and isolation, serves as a powerful reminder of our shared human heritage and the importance of preserving the diversity of human experience. The Sentinelese, in their isolation, stand as guardians not only of their own unique culture, but also of the very principle of diversity. In a world increasingly homogenized by globalization, where cultural differences are often seen as barriers to be overcome, their existence serves as a powerful counterpoint, a testament to the beauty and value of difference. Their isolation has allowed them to develop a unique genetic heritage, one that may hold valuable clues to human evolution, disease resistance, and the adaptability of our species. Their immune systems, unexposed to the pathogens that plague the rest of the world, could potentially harbor valuable genetic information that could benefit humankind. Their knowledge of their environment, accumulated over generations of trial and error, is equally valuable. Their understanding of the island's flora and fauna, their sustainable hunting and gathering practices, their ability to thrive in an ecosystem untouched by modern agriculture, these are all lessons that the modern world, grappling with the consequences of climate change and biodiversity loss, would do well to heed. To preserve the Sentinelese is to preserve a living library of knowledge, a treasure trove of genetic and cultural information that could hold the keys to a more sustainable future. It is to recognize that diversity in all its forms is essential for the health and resilience of our planet and our species. The Sentinelese people, through their actions and their isolation, have made their wishes abundantly clear. They choose to live apart to maintain their independence, to determine their own destiny. This right to self-determination, enshrined in international law and upheld by ethical considerations, lies at the heart of the argument for preserving their isolation. To force contact upon them, however well-intentioned, would be a violation of this fundamental right. It would be to impose our values, our beliefs, our way of life upon a people who have shown no desire for such interaction. It would be to deny them the agency to choose their own future, to decide for themselves how they wish to engage or not engage with the outside world. The history of colonialism is replete with examples of such violations where the desire to civilize or convert indigenous populations led to the destruction of cultures, the exploitation of resources, and the decimation of entire peoples. The Sentinelese, in their isolation, stand as a powerful reminder of the importance of learning from these past mistakes and embracing a more ethical and respectful approach to cultural difference. To respect the Sentinelese's right to be left alone is to acknowledge their inherent dignity, their autonomy, and their right to exist on their own terms. It is to recognize that true progress lies not in assimilation but in celebrating the diversity of human experience and allowing all cultures, even those vastly different from our own, to flourish. The responsibility to protect the Sentinelese falls not only on the Indian government, which has rightly declared their island a protected area, but also on the global community as a whole. We all have a role to play in ensuring that their isolation is respected, their culture preserved, and their future secured. This responsibility begins with education. We must raise awareness about the Sentinelese, their unique situation, and the importance of respecting their isolation. We must challenge the romanticized notions of uncontacted tribes and promote a more nuanced understanding of the complexities and vulnerabilities of such isolated communities. We must also support organizations and initiatives that are working to protect the Sentinelese and other isolated tribes around the world. This includes providing financial support, advocating for their rights, and promoting policies that prioritize their well-being and self-determination. Furthermore, we must address the broader threats that jeopardize the Sentinelese's survival, such as climate change and resource depletion. These issues transcend national boundaries and require a concerted global effort to mitigate their impact. The Sentinelese, in their isolation, serve as a powerful symbol of the interconnectedness of all life on Earth. Their fate is inextricably linked to our own. By protecting them, we are not only safeguarding a unique culture, but also reaffirming our commitment to a more just, equitable, and sustainable future for all. The Sentinelese people, enigmatic and resolute, stand as a testament to human resilience. Their story speaks volumes about our shared human past and cultural diversity. Their isolation is a shield protecting a way of life that has thrived for millennia. Their survival showcases adaptability and ingenuity. Their sustainable practices offer lessons for the modern world. True wealth lies in relationships with each other and nature. Their story challenges our notions of progress and development. Their legacy is one of resilience, independence, and deep connection to place. It deserves our respect, protection, and commitment to their autonomy. North Sentinel Island, a verdant jewel in the Bay of Bengal, stands as a powerful symbol of nature's resilience. Its forests teem with life, its reefs are a kaleidoscope of color, and its beaches remain pristine. The Sentinelese, guardians of this sanctuary, preserve its ecological integrity. Their presence ensures a delicate balance, allowing life to flourish. North Sentinel Island is a beacon of hope, where nature reigns supreme. It is our responsibility to protect this sanctuary. The Sentinelese people, though seemingly untouched by the modern world, offer profound lessons about resilience and living in harmony with nature. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and our capacity to thrive in challenging environments. Their isolation is a testament to their successful adaptation to unique circumstances. They have created a sustainable way of life for countless generations. Their knowledge of their environment, passed down through generations, is remarkable. They possess an intimate understanding of the island's flora and fauna. Their hunting and gathering practices are sustainable and efficient. They minimize their impact on the ecosystem while providing for their needs. Their tools, crafted from natural materials, show their ingenuity and deep connection to their surroundings. Their isolation has fostered a strong sense of community and reliance on one another. Their social structures likely revolve around cooperation, sharing, and respect for elders. Their rituals and ceremonies suggest a rich spiritual life and a deep connection to the natural world. The Sentinelese offer a glimpse into a rapidly disappearing way of life. They remind us of alternative paths to progress and the true wealth in community, nature, and cultural heritage. The Sentinelese people, though geographically isolated, are inextricably linked to the rest of humanity. Their story is a reminder that we are all part of a larger human family. Their existence challenges us to embrace diversity and recognize the inherent dignity of all people. Their story is also a call to action. It's a reminder to protect the world's remaining indigenous cultures and their lands. We must respect their right to isolation and protect their island home. The Sentinelese stand as a powerful symbol of the enduring spirit of humanity. Their story is about our shared human past and our responsibility to protect the planet. Thank you for being with us to explore the Sentinelese tribes together. Like, share, and follow Explore TV for more fascinating journeys into the past. Goodbye!